Pollution in China deserves attention, of course, and often we see it only through short bits of footage of a news report about bad skies in Beijing, and then the news will go away. We don't see much deeper than that. Beijing is a special circumstance. It's ringed on three sides by mountains, and so it's a basin that holds in bad air and can be particularly bad, but it's certainly not unique. Dozens of large Chinese cities have similar haze and air pollution quite frequently and too much of the time. Last year, Beijing environmental authorities stopped announcing how many so-called blue sky days they had each year. In 2011, they said there were 280 blue sky days, but citizen counts and photographing of the sky each day really felt there were about 180 days only of blue sky or clear sky at all for the city.
Pollution is something that the people of China clearly have to live with in recent years. This is a particularly unpleasant day here at the National Olympic Center next to the bird cage and the water cube and other construction. The government says that about 30 cities in China have equally bad pollution to Beijing from time to time. There's also great concern about water in China. Sometimes they say up to 90% of the water is unclean. Certainly can't drink the tap water here in China. And there are various related concerns about farm soil, the food chain, things down the line suffering from pollution. The plan here is for clean skies by the year 2030. The government's also quick to recognize that 18 years seems like too long. Now about 50% of the pollution is assumed to come from vehicle emissions, cars, trucks in particular, and still about 30% from coal burning for power, and then another 20% from dust, buildings, construction pollution. Living with the air pollution is pretty disturbing. On days like this, it gives a feeling of unease, and it's frankly a little eerie. Frequently the government will say that visibility here or in nearby Tianjin or other cities is down to 300 meters or 500 meters or 200 meters, and you can see that a bit here, that it really does get to limiting your vision in the distance and looking like a brush fire has occurred nearby or something's obscuring vision almost altogether.
I'd say a couple of things about it. The pollution is not new. It's changing and it's getting worse because of the economic development that's driving it, the increased use of cars, the burning of more coal for energy and so forth. It desperately needs solution, and the Chinese people are increasingly demanding that there be some kind of solution. It's also something that is probably far worse than we can see. We can see the air pollution, but we can't see the water pollution per se and the effect that has on the ground table and the food chain. So it's really more serious than most of us think about. But overall, the citizens really do expect major efforts by the government, and I'm not sure that we're seeing them yet to remediate the problem.